Look, I think in any series, in any contest, there's going to be a little bit of spice, and I think that's just add a little bit of spice to the rest of the series. Travis Head, obviously, blistering knock from him, frustrated that he got out. Mohamed Siraj frustrated himself because he just dropped the catch of Travis Head maybe 20 minutes before. He's probably getting a bit of stick on the boundary, bit of a send-off there from him. And I think it was a purely emotional response. Then Travis Head responds in the way he does. There's a bit of an altercation, but if anything, I think it's something that, look, they were chatting quite happily in the middle when he walked out to bat. They were friends again, and it's just something that happens in series like this. Nothing more to look at beyond this, I don't think. And it's all smiles and roses at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful to see these contests and the way these players get so fired up. It means a lot, obviously, to both players and to both teams. So you can kind of understand when it sometimes boils over at the edge. But they receive those demerit points and it's move on to the next test match.
Yeah, if they're mates again now, Travis might have to buy Mohamed a coffee because he's 20% lighter in the hip pocket, that's for sure. Scott Boland performed well for the Aussies, but Josh Hazlewood, he may be fit to return. Now, do you think Hazlewood comes straight back in? You've got to feel for Boland if that's the case, I guess.
You do have to feel for Boland, but Josh Hazlewood, with the experience that he has and the wickets he has under his belt, I think he does come straight back in. Boland is a very apt replacement. I think he's done a tremendous job for Australia in the last few years. Perhaps felt that he might not have got another opportunity with the injuries that he's had, but Josh Hazlewood, I think is just someone who just adds that extra element to this Australian team. He has that versatility of bowling the fuller delivery, can bowl with the new ball, and he can bowl the short stuff as well. So if he's fit, if he's 90% fit, I think he plays. Scott Boland is such a useful player for this team, though, and it's just incredible that they have him in terms of depth for this Australian team.
There's speculation at the moment too around the fitness of Jasprit Bumrah. India say it's cramp. Some Aussie pundits don't believe that and believe it could be injury. What would be the impact on India's attack if Bumrah was sidelined for Brisbane?
I think it's an even bigger blow than Josh Hazlewood for Australia, because Jasprit Bumrah is the prime strike bowler. Okay, on the last tour, India used about 22 players. You remember going into that Gabba test, Mohamed Siraj, who just made his debut 2 games before, was the leader of the attack, and they had 5 test caps between them. So they know that they've done it previously without him, but just the way he performed in Perth, the way he can strike at any stage of an innings, I think, is so crucial for India. And they have relied on him, absolutely, to take those wickets. It was good to see Mohamed Siraj contribute in that last test match. But there's no doubt that if he's not playing, then it will be huge from an Indian point of view, and they will be up against it.
Now, there's a little bit of pressure bubbling along with the Indian skipper Rohit Sharma. Some suggestion India are better off with Bumrah at the helm. Now, if he's fit, well, that's an interesting scenario. But what do you think about this little debate that's sparked in the last 24 hours or so?
I think often when teams lose, people are quick to jump to conclusions. I think, the skipper absolutely needs some runs. But, back to red ball cricket, he, flew in after the birth of another child and was playing pink ball cricket under lights. Australia fired up. He is a quality player, and he's playing at the Gabba, which is a pitch that I think will suit him. I think going back to red ball cricket will suit him as well. And Virat Kohli as well. I think he would have felt like he left a few runs out there in Adelaide. So I imagine that the batters will be back to their best. I think the real question will be about the bowlers and what they do with the spinners as well. So Ashwin getting taken down by Travis Head, I think that was a significant moment in the context of this series. I think they will look at Washington Sundar coming back into the side because he offers a little bit more with the bat. And whether they look at someone like Ravi Jadeja as well. I'm not sure they will bring him in. He is someone that can make things happen. They're still able to get some overs out of Harshit Rana and Reddy as well. So it all really just hangs on the fitness of Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah, really interesting. We haven't seen particularly Jadeja and Ashwin, have a major impact on this series, yet so often tormentors of this Australian side. All right, Isha, let's talk Big Bash. One of the players who's perhaps the most intriguing, Jake Fraser McGurk. He is headline stuff. He burst onto the scene in last year's tournament, performed well at the IPL, hasn't really been able to translate that, though, into runs for Australia yet. What do you think we can expect from him during this Big Bash?
Fireworks, excitement, box office. He is someone I love watching bat. And I remember the knock he played at the SCG early on last season. He was hitting them onto the roof and we were going ballistic in the commentary box. You cannot take your eyes off him when he's going big. I mean, he just has so much swagger about him. Charisma oozes off his cricket bat. So I really enjoy watching him. I'm also really excited to see Jacob Bethel come into the fold potentially for the Renegades after the New Zealand tour, playing in the Test matches. I think they've really recruited well this season, the Renegades, and I'm looking forward to seeing a few new players unravelled across the course of the season.
Yeah, Bethel's a good shout. He was playing Test cricket like it was T20 cricket, so he won't have to adjust his style too much. You've been sitting alongside David Warner as well in the Fox Cricket commentary box. He's the captain of the Sydney Thunder this year. How damaging do you think he's capable of still being?
I think he's definitely got that will behind him. I mean, he was speaking about it off air in commentary in the last Test match in Adelaide. He's excited about the opportunity, the chance to lead again. And I think that just adds that extra element to him wanting to perform for his team. I think as well, when you get a little bit older, when you've retired from Test cricket, you still want to prove that you can do it at this level. And I think he's someone that absolutely will thrive. The Sydney Thunder, if they get off to good starts, I think that they can have a really huge impact this season. They generally recruit well and they have a team that have been together for a while. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he captains as well, because I think tactically he's very astute. So yeah, watch out for David Warner. Watch out for him going big as well. I think he'll want to prove that he's not old just yet.
Don't we all? Just before we let you go, Isha, your tip to take out the title?
Oh, it's a tricky one. Sixers are always there and thereabouts. Brisbane Heat obviously outstanding last year. I'm going for the Renegades. I think they've got a decent lineup this year, so I'm backing them to go all the way.
Isha, always appreciate your time here on Fox Sports News. Thank you very much, and so much cricket to unfold on Fox Cricket over the coming weeks.
Can't wait.